Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for coming. My name is Ryan Wheeler. I'm from EnglischAlternativ, for those of you who do not know me. And sorry, let me just change my, just lost my screen then. I'm Ryan from EnglischAlternativ, and we are an English language school that focuses on immersion and connecting our clients with each other in the English speaking language. Sorry, I'm trying to manage the people coming into the meeting now as well. And yes, we are based in Zwickau, but we work all over Germany. Varvara is also a team member at EnglischAlternativ, and today we will hear about her story and how English has changed her life. Thank you for coming, everyone, and Varvara, welcome. And you are our main guest tonight, and we'll be hearing a lot from you today.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Ryan. First of all, I want to say thank you for all of you that you are here. And what I want to say is that we have held a lot, so 5 webinars, and I was always a technical marketing lady behind the scene, and now I'm here as a main guest. I'm very appreciate this, and I'm very grateful for that. So, and today, so for this month, we have a big topic, partnership. But I thought about this, and I want to say that my partnership with my husband is a long story, but at the same time, English was on every step of our life near. And now that today I would like to express my feelings and to explain how English changed my life and which opportunities it can open for everybody when we will be more commitment learning English. So do you know the series How I Met Your Mother? No?
Yes.
Yeah, do you know? There is a lot of series, a lot of different situations, and each series was not the last one. So it was a long story. For me, it was different. I met my husband when I was 16. And
okay. 5 years ago.
Thank you.
In the school?
In the school, I was a teenager and I met him, and as I was 18, we started dating. So we're an ages together. So and at school, I have learned English a lot. So I was good enough in English, and for him, it was a little bit challenge because in his school, it was not so high level of English. And sometimes I was playing with him and say, okay, how to say this, how to say that, and so on and so forth. And one day he just realized that it's needed to learn English because it's the language that he can use during the job, in the relationships, and when we're traveling. So everywhere, he really needs to be confident in using this English because the beautiful ladies here, and he needs to be a man who can do everything for her. Yeah, so it was very challengeable for him on the first steps.
Sorry, Varvara, can I just ask you an additional question there? Did you say that you mean at home, your original home, it was important for the man to be the breadwinner?
Yes.
Okay, and your husband felt that not being able to speak English was a problem there in that
It
world.
was not a problem, but he felt that if he knows English better, that he can manage all things around me and himself everywhere, not only in Belarus, not only in Russian, for example, but really everywhere in the world.
Okay.
So it's, I think that was just unconsciously, but at the same time, he realized this. And yes, and then I started to my study in Minsk, in another town, the main city in Belarus, and we lived for a while separately. So I studied marketing and English as well in the university, and he was at home in my native town. And
In my
hometown, and worked at oil refinery. And people who were working with him at the same time, they told him, hey, why are you learning this English? Why you read these articles? Why you hear these podcasts? Why you do these weird things? Oh, come on, we just need to go out and drink some, I don't know, things, just to relax after work. But he didn't hear that. He didn't listen to them because he has this aim to start speaking English and to start using it. Sometimes we were driving a car, for example, and we just asked each other how to say this and that. And I have mentioned that it was difficult to speak. So he has enough vocabulary in his mind, but it was so difficult to start speaking English. And we started practicing that. So I had some experience because of the school and in the university, and he had a little experience in talking in English. So, and
Varvara, I'll just jump in quickly there. It's something that I see so often, is that people have a lot of vocabulary. They have that fear or that inability to start to speak English, and I think that's something that happens from the way the way English is taught in schools. It's taught a lot with books, because it's a much easier way to teach people. If you're using a book or looking down at a book, you have a curriculum, you have a path that you can see, but the real learning comes from the way we learn as children, the way we learn as babies. We listen and we speak and we try to speak. Yeah, okay. So
yeah, thanks. Yes, it was really this situation, and I will talk about it once again. And what I want to say now is that I have learned English in school. I learned English in school. I learned English in the university. And it was really this situation when you take your book, you read a text, you answer some questions, and that's it. And you really don't feel the language. You don't really express your thoughts. What are you really thinking about all this stuff? You just need to answer some questions, to use sentences that are already there, just to read them loud. That's it. So you take your good mark and go home. It was good enough till the level, okay, I can read a lot, I can understand a lot, but I can't speak anymore. So it was a problem for me too, because I thought, okay, I learned English to 12 years, for example, something like that, but I can't speak. Where is the problem? And during my study, I met some people, and they invited me to take part in one economy game. And hello, Romy. And the goal was to read a lot of text, to analyze the situation of different companies on the different markets, and to make a conclusion, to write a report, or to prepare some offers for these companies, what they can do in the future, what is better to improve, how they can build the company. And it was everything in English. And at this moment, I realized, okay, only when I use English as a language, as the tool to describe what I'm thinking, what are my thoughts, only in this situation I can really learn it and start to speak. And I remember how after all my lessons in the university, I spent hours reading a lot of literature, and I knew that the next day I need to go to these guys and explain not what is these books, but my analyze, my thoughts, my conclusions. So, and I need to use my language. I need to use my words, my expressions. I can't just see in the book and repeat or read it loud. So I really need to speak. It was a great feeling, because since so many years, it was the first time when I realized this is the way you can learn the language, the foreign language. And after that, I was really good in English, and I have passed all my exams in the university in English, and I wrote my diploma, and the part of it was in English. So it was not a problem anymore to speak in English. So it was better. And after my study, I returned to my hometown, and the English was good enough. For Dennis, it was also good enough. And we decided, okay, what we're doing next? Will we be there just in our native town and doing our work? And what is the future? So, so English was just a good step, and it gave us an opportunity to look further, to look for another opportunities for us, because without English it's very difficult. And Dennis found a good job in Moscow, and English was it was really important for the new company, because it's an international company, and he needed to explain all things that he's doing on the work in English. And he moved to Moscow. And
this is the part of your story that we talked about and originally started the reason for this meeting. I was so fascinated by this part of your story that you separated with such a big distance between you. And can you also say what your family situation was in that time as well, because you had kids already, right?
So in this time when it was a great story actually. At the day when Dennis had to decide if he goes to Moscow or not, I have found out that I'm pregnant. So at this day, so, and we were sitting in the kitchen and thinking, okay, just a minute, I'm pregnant. and he needs to go. And it was the decision when we said, okay, just do it. So it's not a problem, we can do it. Because we saw that it's another step. So we can't stay just in our hometown and degrade. So there were no opportunities for us actually, and this decision was not so simple for us, but at the same time we have made it. And I was waiting for him in my native town till my daughter was 8 months, and then I moved in Moscow too. So we lived separately more than a year after this decision, and he was at home every weekend. So he worked in Moscow, and he came to me on the weekend.
What was the travel connection between Moscow and your hometown? Was it easy?
It's a night to drive or a night with a train. So he came, for example, at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and he need to leave me on Sunday afternoon. Wow. Because he needs to be on the walk at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So we had 30 hours, so I can say, a week together with a little daughter, with a little baby. So, and it took us more than a year, and then we decided, okay, so Irina is big enough, she is not a little baby, she can move, she's healthy and so on, so we had no problem with her. And then we moved to Moscow, and we spent almost 4 years in Moscow. And it was a hard time for me. I just need to say this because I was at home. There were no kindergarten or something like that for Irina. So I had to stay at home with her. And there were problems with medical insurance and so on and so forth. So it was not so beautiful time as I have here in Germany, for example, but it was the step where we have earned money to buy a nice apartment in Minsk, and it was our goal to have our own apartment, and we have achieved this goal. And now it's stable for us. So it's a big thing, because in Belarus, in Russia, in Ukraine, also it's very important for people to have their own estimate. It saves a lot of time. So their own apartment.
Okay.
Because it saves a lot of money after that, and it's stable. So people, so it's the situation in those countries. And there I met my friend. She's here, Tatiana. And she was light, I can say, and she helped me a lot. She was a good friend and supported me as well. And it was very sad to leave her in Moscow, because one day they just came home and said, "We're moving to Germany."
And how did he come to that decision, or what happened there?
Before we start with a story about Germany,
Okay.
I would like to ask you all, do you find that English can improve your situation with your job or with your with your life situation at all?
Yeah, I guess it's a really good question. So, how has English maybe improved your life, or how could it improve your life if you spoke it better? Feel free, anybody, to say anything if you want to. We would both be very happy to hear from you. Is anybody brave enough to say something about the impact of English on their lives?
I would like to ask Elena, first of all. Yeah, please.
You know, maybe briefly, I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor of law. I'm from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, but I never practice with my English in Ukraine because I'm lawyer in divorce and I'm lawyer in insolvency. So I need only national laws. I use only legal system in my country. So I never used English like a working language, like a working instrument in my life. But 5 years ago, I met a handsome gentleman during my traveling, and the same story. But you know, I liked in your description about your private life with Dennis. You know, I know your husband, I'm in love to your kids. We have the another language, mutual language between people, not only English, the language of our emotions, our understanding. And for example, my ex helped me a lot with my English because he supported me. You can speak, even you must speak. You must even make mistakes, but try to speak, try to read, try to analyze, try to watch movie, listen to the music, try to be happy with conversation with kids and so on. So he helped me also a lot because he's an international businessman. And one day I really was sure that I can speak without of afraid that I'm not perfect in my English, in my pronunciation, in my grammar. So I think that the biggest influence of English in my life, I can be free with people whom I really like in my life. It's made me more closer to the people. I can be free, for example, to be a teacher, but not to be a teacher like a punishment teacher. I can be like a helper for my son now because he is 9 and now he is in Zwickau, you know. So I can help him, for example, to be more free in his international school in Zwickau. And every time I repeat for him, don't forget, English international language. You can respect German language. Don't forget about your native languages, Ukrainian and Russian. But try to learn, try to read, try to talk, and never afraid to be wrong, because nobody of us is ideal. Nobody of us is perfect, only gods and ancient gods can be perfect. We are just ordinary humans, but you can build your life, like you told Varvara, step by step with your English. And one day, and once you understand that English will be your big friend, English. So thanks to my English, for example, after 3 years, unfortunately 3 months in war in Ukraine, I can find good people in Zwickau to arrange the school of my son, our apartment. We are neighbors with Varvara. I can arrange maybe many papers to different German institutions, German agencies, only because of my English, because I don't know German language. I cannot get to know it in 3 months here, but I can use my English, my feelings, my emotions. So again and again, I understand that you can be good in one language. Try to be good in one language, because to be good in 5 languages or more, it's not so easy for everyone. So maybe my way, it's really to be in every situation free, because you can think, not you can translate, you can think, you can use, and you really can build your life in different new situations because of using international language.
Yeah,
that's all.
that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. So it's really important because the people are coming here from Ukraine, yeah, when we take this situation, and the only language that connects us actually at this moment, this not good situation, is English, because we have landed in Ukraine and people here in Germany have landed at school, and we can communicate on the basics levels of English. It's also good because it's the English that connects us actually for now. So, anybody else? Yeah, please. Silvia.
Silvio, okay. Yeah, I think I took a totally different way learning English. I never learned English at school. I learned Russian.
Wow.
But I can read the name Olga, for example, but I'm sorry, there's no more. And Vauxhall, yeah, you know. So I started to learn English just like 5 years ago, and for a totally different reason, like you or your description. I took my my pilot license just 7 years ago, right? And then I wanted to go abroad, but for this you have to speak English. And and at this time I started learning English, and I went to Scotland, to Edinburgh, for a quarter of year with my family, and with my name is Silvio, not more. So, and I decided for myself not to be afraid to speak and to make mistakes. I thought there's there's not enough time to think about mistakes. So, and my teacher how can I say this, gave me the power to speak what I want. So, and he said, spit it out, I will sort it. and I knew this sentence from Germany. Also from, we say this too. We say, spit it out and I will sort it. And it's not really a problem if a guy from, for example, Russian sort the sentence totally wrong. So I will understand it. So, and that's gave me power to speak. And I think that's really the best way to learn English. So my vocabulary is not so big because I never had to learn words. I learned only these words I needed at this time. So I had to read a lot about the pilot stuff. This is a special vocabulary, especially in the radio. But then I had to pass an exam with plain language, and at this time, I decided to take English lessons, first with a German English teacher, later then with Ryan, and with the time, I didn't realize my improvement myself. Most of the time, the others said, "Oh, Silvio, your English is much better." So, okay, really? What did I do? I don't know. Yeah, that's my way. I do what I can. I listen to Harry Potter a lot. And yeah, I read books. The best side effect was to use this language for traveling or reading news. It's opened my world to, a
norm.
Yeah,
Okay.
So for example, I decided to go to Mongolia next month, and my family will stay there because my wife comes from there, and then I will travel further to the States alone for maybe 4 weeks. And 5 or 4 years ago, I never would do this. I would be afraid, but now, no problem. I'm looking forward to traveling.
Great. Great. It's really great.
Yeah, I think there's two really important points there that both Silvio and Olga touched on. And the first one is the mistakes. So mistakes are something that we are so afraid of, but we shouldn't be. Mistakes are like our best friend when we are learning a language, because it's the only way you can improve. If you continue to use the same sentences that you feel safe with, you never learn anything new. But and the second thing is fear. If you overcome the fear of making mistakes, then what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is maybe you're a little bit misunderstood by somebody, or maybe somebody laughs or whatever. But laughter is a wonderful thing. So why be afraid to speak? Why be afraid to try? And yeah, thank you, Olga and Silvio, both for your really wonderful stories there.
Thank you.
So I want to underline one sentence you said. The thing with mistakes, the brain is, our brain can learn from mistakes much better than from the normal way. I think it's very important to make mistakes and to be happy if you realize your mistakes by self.
Yes.
And then to correct them. That's totally fun.
That's right. It's right. It is. It's fun. Some of my funniest moments in Germany have come from when I've tried to say something and it's been just a little bit wrong in German, and it's had a very hilarious effect on all of those people around me. And but I never forget those mistakes, and I learn from them very well.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, my kid is at home. So
does he always walk around the house with a helmet on?
No, he was outside with them riding a bike.
Okay.
Yeah, that he's at home.
Oh, Losha.
Yeah, that's it. So thank you for your stories. So so we noted that English is in our lives, and it improves our lives actually, and it gives us something that we can use to make our life better at the same time. And but another part that I want to describe today is that I had an experience with German language. So, sorry.
It's no problem.
So I had an experience with German language, and 4 years ago we moved to Germany. 6 already. Dennis, please help me. Денис, меня забери, пожалуйста, Леша. It was Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
So, and as we moved to Germany, despite of that, I have learned German at school. The only thing I can say is hello, I have a book. So, ich habe das Buch. And nothing more. So nothing, really. It was nothing in my mind and nothing that I can tell people. The only thing I can do was just go and smile. That's it, actually. And at this moment, I realized that, okay, English, I love you, but beyond the corner, I need to learn German. So now, and I started to read a lot and to use German as a language for communication with other people. It was very, very hard for me because I hated this language, really. It was so difficult for me to understand the structure of the sentences. Why do I need to set the verb on the second place? And it's the part of this verb that goes to the end. Why? What is it? What is that? How can I do? How can I understand this? It was so difficult for me, and I said, okay, so I need to fall in love with this language. So I really need, and it happened. So I met so much nice people that are living here, and I met people who helped me a lot. And I realized, okay, so these nice people are, they talk German. Okay, I will try to do it too. Why not? And then I got my second kid, and I spent another 1 year at home with the kid. But it was a really challenge for me to do all this sensible stuff. So, I mean, to go to the doctor, to arrange some meetings, to arrange a meeting in the kindergarten, at school, and so on and so forth, without language. But I really had to do all this and having a baby without help, actually. So there is no relatives here in Zwickau, and we really needed to do it by ourselves. And after more than a year, I started to visit a language school, and I realized that my German was good enough. So I had big vocabulary, and the only thing that was difficult for me is to talk, really to start talking in German. And the whole year I have spent in the school, it was not focused on talking, but to get new vocabulary, to do some exercises, and so on and so forth. And only these breaks that we had with another participants when we had this opportunity to talk, was really very effective for us to go further, to really to learn in German. And when I started to prepare myself for C1 exam, so it's a very high level of language, I've really fallen in love in this language and realized, oh, nice. So I understand the structure. I love the structure and I know how to learn this language. It took me almost 4 years to do all these steps, but now I really feel comfortable when I speak German. I do mistakes, but I notice them and I know where I can improve it, what I need to, where I can do really exercises just to improve this and to make it automatically. And what I want to say, if you really want to make the language be in your life, it's very important to fall in love with this language, to read a lot, to listen to the people, to listen to things that you love, that you're interested in. And when you have this feeling, oh, it sounds nice for me, you will remember and you memorize expressions, sentences, new words, and so on and so forth. And when I passed my exam, I thought, okay, now I have German. What about English? Where is my English now? And it was 0.
No.
It was really nothing. I couldn't say a word in English, really. It was so, oh God. I have met some of my friends and we, okay, just for fun, try speak English. Nothing was coming out of my mouth, nothing, 0. And I thought, wow, okay. Then I need to repeat the whole part that I have made with my German in English. To read, to listen to start talking in English. And I really started, I have asked all my friends that can English a little bit, or a native speaker, for example. I said, okay, I can use my German in my daily life, but English, I need to refresh my English. And I start messaging with them in English, send some messages, voice messages in English, and so on and so forth. And only by using a language, it can be alive. So only when we use it, when it's I don't know, somewhere else.
It's like a muscle.
Yeah, yes, that's it. And it's possible to learn a lot of languages at the same time, but all of them need to be separated from each other and to use the whole power that we can. So really, and as I started by EnglischAlternativ, Ryan, do you remember the first meeting with me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what can you say about this?
Yeah, so I took my daughter to the playground with Daniel, one of our teachers at EnglischAlternativ. He also has a daughter the same age as my daughter Bailey. And Daniel introduced me to you, Varvara, and I don't think you spoke any English to me at that stage. I think you said maybe hello and a couple of words, but you I think you were very much more comfortable to speak German that to me at that time. And yeah, my first impression of Varvara was that she had way too much energy. She was jumping around the playground more than any of the children there, and having a wonderful time, I think, and dancing with the kids and playing with everyone. And it was really nice to see. And yeah, so that was my first impression of Varvara. And I immediately knew, okay, there's something special about this person. She is, very, of course, energetic, but she's also very driven and committed. She told me straight away that she would like to work and she would like a job. And it was very clear that, yeah, she has more drive than 95% of people, I think. And yeah, but her English was not good enough at that stage. So maybe you can pick up the story from there, Varvara.
Yeah. So thank you for your for sharing your impression. And yeah, so the first meeting was a couple of messages, a couple of sentences that I just tried to speak out, and I thought, okay, and then I will have meetings in English. Oh, what I'm doing here. So how can I manage all these things? It was really difficult, but I thought, okay, I can do it because I have learned English and I really wanted to refresh it. And what I want to say is that I spent so little time doing exercises and so on and so forth. But I noted that my English improved, and the only thing is that I have these meetings, I have this communication in English, I need to focus on.
So Varvara, I think maybe explain that shortly after the first time I met Varvara, she started working at EnglischAlternativ with me. So
it was short.
Everyone, but yeah,
we met for the first time, I think in July, something like that, and I started in September. And I had no time to improve my English. So, and I really started with 0 English by EnglischAlternativ, and now I do my first webinar in English, and I hope it sounds not so bad.
Very good.
So what I want to say is actually this style, this method to teach a language, a foreign language, not by doing exercises, but by using it as a tool for communication, talking about real situations, about your life, about things that are important for you, is the only way to learn a foreign language. It was the same with the German. Only when I started to speak about the things that are important for me, I have noticed that my German is better. And the same is with English. So we're talking about things that are important for us, about our company, about our future, about our plans. And I spent time listening to podcasts about marketing and social media and so on and so forth, just to improve my job and to improve my life. And it helps me to understand English better and to make it better without spending time doing exercises. So this method is really helpful, and I think I can be a good example for that.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's one of the points that you made there. It's important for it to be something that's connected to your life. So if we we always get our clients and our students to talk about their lives, and we want to know about their lives, because when they are able to connect English to the emotional events that happen, it binds it in our brain in such a stronger way, because we have that emotional connection to the language. We, as you call it, we fall in love with the language because we talk about things that are emotional to us, and that makes us fall in love with the language and therefore remember it, because it becomes also important to us.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I've seen Varvara go from, yes, as she said, not the best English speaker to a very confident English speaker, and yeah, it's wonderful to see.
Thank you.
May I ask a question to Varvara?
Yes, please.
First of all, do I pronounce your name right? Varvara?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. What exactly do you love or do you like in this tricky, funny language, German?
What I do really like. So, first of all, what I do really like is that it's logical.
That's true.
At the first sight, you see, it's a weird language, really. But when you notice, when you go deeper in the language, you realize that each part of the word means something special. And when you connect all these parts, you will have the solution, you will have the answer. Things Daniel, he explained me all these things, as he was my German teacher, actually, because I have noticed all the things. Without explanation, it's difficult. But at the same time, and with the time, I have noticed, okay, it makes sense to use this structure of the sentence and to use the structure of the words, because you can combine a lot of things in one word and to understand and to explain the whole sentence in Russian, for example, in one word in German. So it's a very good thing that I really love in German.
That it's an engineer language. Yeah, you have exact one word for. Yeah, you described it very well. And the next question would be: how can we translate, or can we take this idea? What do we like in the German language to the English language? The question is, what do you, for example, for you, what do you like
in English?
In English, in this English language.
In English, it's a little bit different as with the German. So with German, it's this structure. It's this logical thing that you can combine, that you can play with. In English, it's difficult for me in this sense that I can't really spell words correctly. So
I can't either.
Say again.
So I mean, so in German, you hear the words and you 99% you can write it correctly. In English, it's a little different. You hear the words and you have no idea how to write it.
My idea, yeah.
So no,
it's my problem too.
No idea. So okay. I spent a lot of time find out how I need to write the words. You watch, for example, for me, because it sounds really differently. And I don't know, are there any rules?
Yeah, you only have to learn all of the rules of Latin spelling, French spelling, German spelling, and then once you have all of that, then you can spell all of the English words. It's easy.
It's easy. So that's what I mean. And English, it's another story. English is a really language for the whole world. And it's sometimes very interesting to find out that people who learned it as a second language, as a foreign language, they all understand each other very well, because we learned the same vocabulary, we learned the same words. But when we meet a native speaker, it's a challenge. And because the native speaker don't understand each other also very well, sometimes. From Britain, from Australia, from USA, and it's a good question. So English is the best language to speak it from, and everybody use it. But the people who really learn it as a foreign language understand each other very well, and is a good way, it's a good tool to communicate with the whole world. And it's what I love here. So I know that I can connect with the women from Brazilian and talk with her about different things and to exchange our experience. And I don't care that she lives 1,000 kilometers from away from me. We just talking. Nice. The whole world is here. When you are good in German, you have your boundaries. So with English, you can speak with the whole world and exchange.
You said you felt in love to German. Did you ever felt in love to the English?
Yes. And now when I feel it once again, and now when I realize, when I can speak with the whole world, I'm in love with the situation. I'm in love with English now, once again, as it was during my study with this economy game. It was really the enlightened that, wow, it works. You can really do a lot of things using this tool. Yeah. Everyone
else? I'm really interested.
I'm open for, you can ask another questions. We have enough time, and I'm open for your questions.
I'm really interested in the ideas from the others. Why? What do they like in English, or at English? What's the right?
About English.
On English.
About.
Okay.
About English. Yeah.
May I interrupt your speech? I'm like a lawyer. I want to objective. Okay.
Okay.
About logical in German language. Very easy, please. I take this paper in my hand. Fiktionsbescheinigung. It's about my now situation. It's like out just now. It's mean temporary permission for staying here. Please tell me what's the logical in the words Fiktionsbescheinigung.
Say again. Say again.
You can be more correctly in your German, because for me maybe more difficult to pronounce it correct. Fiktionsbescheinigung.
Fiktionsbescheinigung.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
It's a temporary permission.
No, I have no idea. I am German, but I have no idea what a Fiktionsbescheinigung could be.
Okay, but
it's crazy sometimes.
Yes, the second objective. Look, it's the name of contract with job center. You can see the name of this contract.
Between
Angliederungsvereinbarung.
Eingliederungsvereinbarung.
Honey, here is 26 letters in one word. Yes. About what logical we can speak with you? 26 letters in one word.
This is totally cool.
And
This very.
And the third objective, I'm so sorry about the logical, very easy after the English. And please, my dear lady, translate for me how to say on German. I'm so sorry for delicate word, contraceptive.
Oh, it's a long word.
I
Yes.
was ready for today's meeting, you see. After the swimming pool, I was ready. Okay. The name of contraceptive on Germany, everybody of us has kids, so it's not something secret words, okay? It's not, okay, it's delicate word, but
It's
as I remember, here is 25 letters in one word. Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel. So,
Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel.
Mittel.
Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel.
Yeah.
It's totally cool. It says totally exactly what it is.
What it is.
so
So
before
there's no chance to
yes,
To misunderstand.
to make mistakes, to misunderstand. Yeah.
it's no chance to stop gentleman with me at that special moment to tell me, my dear boy, do you have a? It can be too late at that moment, you know, it can be too late.
Yeah, but it's exactly what Varvara said.
Yeah,
German, to learn German, it's very difficult, but if you did it, then
you can fall in love with this.
Everybody you will fall in love, because it's really a very, very exact language.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So and you can connect any words. For example, there's a Kugelschreiber. In the middle, it's the Kugelschreibermine. And on the top, it's the Kugelschreiberminen-Kugel. And there's no other languages to say what this ball here is, except in German, with one word.
With one word. In Russian,
word,
you really need to describe the whole situation, to describe the Kugelschreiber, and this here and that, and there you can find something more.
But I can see in Olga's eyes, is this really necessary?
You know, that's like you, because I'm only on my way to learn German, because according to rules in your country, I need to attend integration courses like a foreign citizen and to be a part of your society. So my obligation here to learn German language. So I have the same questions. Please explain for me how I can build a German construction of grammar on my basic English knowledge, maybe experience.
Yeah, first of all, don't try to start with this complicated long words. So, and secondly, don't start with grammar. I didn't start with grammar in English too. So start with talking, all day talking. That's it. And later you can go to little bit grammar, and after 4 years or more, then try to connect words by self.
Okay.
I recommend starting with like a baby starts, and start with listening first and then talking. Will help you.
Talking.
Thank you for advice.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll talk about it later.
I want to add and complete my speech. You know, also, I totally agree with Sylvia that traveling is really help to develop your language during your traveling. So I really visited maybe 40 countries, and it really also helped me at that period. And I think that dream can help you. For example, 10 years ago, I bought old books written by William Shakespeare on the original language of that ancient or Middle Age times. So I have a dream to read that book on the original Old English language. So I think that maybe a dream can help you sometimes to learn international language, not only like you told, goal, yes, or targets. Like a target, to be target oriented, and I must learn, for example, German. To have a dream, and when you can realize your dream, you can learn any foreigners languages. And Japanese, you know, Chinese is not so easy, not so easy as I know. So you can, maybe also a dream. like one of the reasons to develop your skills in different languages. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if you want to learn dead languages like Old English, then start with Latin. Why not?
Like where I had to learn.
I had to learn.
In my gymnasium for 3 years, I even remember Latin, fabulous Latin sequences and Latin sentences. I still remember it. But don't compare English language, Latin language, and now in my not very young age, to learn from the beginning German language and to be good, like Varvara's story history, the same. To be good in language, when you really feel yourself comfortable with your speaking language. You are right about fear, Mr. Ryan, about fear. You really fear to understand that you are wrong and you are not intelligent, for example, you are not well understanding for other people in your surroundings, in your society, because of your mistakes. You know, about your pronunciation, about your good grammar, it's all like whole picture. So you must combine many, many things, to my mind, to be good in your, really to be good and to be sure in your language.
Mm-hmm.
My position, like a lawyer.
Your position like?
Like a lawyer.
A what? And
Oh, by the way, tell me on German, lawyer.
lawyer. The lawyer.
Yeah.
Rechtsanwalt.
Yes. How I can learn legal profession in Germany if I cannot pronounce Rechtsanwalt?
Yeah, I studied it together with my wife. My wife is a German Rechtsanwalt, and she comes from Mongolia.
Okay.
Yeah, it is possible, but you need
It's
time.
Yeah, it takes time.
Not very much.
Time.
Okay. Thank you for your support.
It's possible.
Very good. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, I would like to ask Varvara, is there anything more you would like to tell us?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if anybody has questions or just want to. I would like to ask a question if Jens don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
So could you please tell us what is your relationship with English?
Me?
Jens, I would like to ask Jens.
Okay.
Oh, my problem is my vocabulary is limited, and I have not really learned English in the past time, and I work in an international company and have how many meetings with English language, and I heard and learned it, and my problem is speaking. Why the words I think is not in the brain. I can understand.
So you understand a lot, but it's very difficult to talk. So
this is my problem, my big problem. I will it, I feel, and yes.
Okay.
And the time, the business is so complex, and I have family and the business and a little time for me, and this time I will learn English. This is
Okay. So did you understand everything that I said?
yes.
Yes. So by understand it's you have no problems. But
Yes, Jens, can I give you a little tip?
Yes.
Talk to yourself in English. It's a really good thing to do. If you don't have a partner to talk to in English immediately, talk to yourself. It's one of the things that I did when I was learning German. I would describe things that I could see, try to describe my emotions to myself. And often I would come up against words that I don't know, or I didn't know how to say certain things. And then I could note that down and look it up later. And by visualizing, everybody knows, the scientific community tells us that by visualizing something, it's nearly the same as actually doing that thing. And it's the same as thinking in a language. If you think in English, if you speak to yourself in English, it's just like talking to a partner, and it will help you a lot.
yeah, it's a good tip.
Mhm. And
Thank you, Jens.
also, yeah, my tip would be 5 minutes per day is much better than half an hour twice or once per week.
It's true.
So a little bit English, news maybe to breakfast. It's sometimes enough to switch the English brain on. So, but every day, that helps a lot. You will be surprised if you do it.
Actually, I have a new challenge. My son is 10 years old and learned actually English in school, and I help him in the Hausaufgaben.
Tasks, home
Homework.
tasks, or the homework.
The homework, yeah, yes. And I can help him learn English. For him, it's easy. He come from the school and teach, and
You really need. Okay, you can talk to your son. So
yes,
to do this homework together. I do it actually with my daughter. She has some home task, home work, and when she prepares for some exams or something like that, I try to help her, but I really learn a lot from that. So it's not about I teach her how to speak English, but she teaches and she shows me new words or new expressions or something like that about animals, for example. I have forgotten all these things. So, and she started with animals, with things that are around us. And it's very important to learn these things too. And so you have another good time with your son. It's very good from both sides. Yeah, cool.
And listening to Harry Potter.
Ah, yeah.
It's cool and fun.
Very good, Phil. Yeah, I like that.
I'm so sorry. Mr. Ryan, what is your native language?
And my native language is English.
I see, because of your pronunciation.
Yeah.
But you have a British English, yes?
No, I have an Australian English.
Oh, Australia, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I see. Okay.
It's not easy to tell, I think, because I've worked with people with English for a long time. I don't think my Australian accent comes out so strongly anymore.
Oh, Ryan, can you give us an example for an Australian sentence and the English sentence? Maybe you have you laugh about by self, yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to to understand what we say when we speak to each other. I think the thing I often say is "G'day mate, how you going?"
What?
"G'day mate, how you going?"
What does it mean?
Does anybody know what that means?
Can you repeat, please?
"G'day mate, how you going?"
Young, maybe is the last word.
Get ein Neid? Ja.
Get a mate. I haven't learned it.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, but
What?
Young. No, young, it's
get a
a...
mate.
Is it, sorry, is it get a, may I get, again, can you repeat, please?
"G'day mate, how you going?"
It's a Vietnamese, yes?
Sorry, it wasn't in my head. It's
I think there's one person in the webinar who will be able to understand what that is. Do you want to say it?
That's Tanya.
No?
That me you're talking about?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, Romy, yes.
I'm
Romy,
trying. Okay. Yes, it is good day, mate. Bailey, be quiet for a moment, please. Sorry, our daughter. So good day, mate is like a friend. How are you going? So how are you? You really didn't understand. That's
Oh, the
amazing.
third part I didn't.
How are you
Yes.
going?
Yeah.
The first part I know how you. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. It is
Mate like
amazing.
Paul, yeah.
And Ryan has lost a lot of his Australian slang. Bailey, a moment, please. Please, Bailey, stop it. But next week his mum will come and I think he will fall back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. When I'm around,
You will refresh your Australian.
Yes.
yes.
Oh, great.
Good.
So, yes, I think it's time for kids for most of us.
Certainly.
So,
Varvara, thank you so much for telling us your story. It was certainly interesting, and I enjoyed hearing it, and I'm sure everybody else did too. It really shows the type of person you are, and it's the type of person that I like. So thank you very much, Varvara. It was wonderful.
thank you. And the main hope that I have now is that my story will help you guys to learn English better, or I don't know, to make a good decision in your life and realize how English can improve the life. Because for me it played a big role, and I'm here where I am because of English, first of all, because of English of my husband and then of mine, and all knowledges, and we really can get more knowledges from English speaking resources, and so on and so forth. We can read and get the information from the whole world using English, and it's very helpful for everyone. So that's my point, and I'm very grateful that you were here and listened to me. So thank you, all of you.
Well done, Varvara.
Thank you.
Okay, then I wish everybody an enjoyable evening, and thank you very much for coming. It was nice to see all of your faces, and I hope to see you again in September, maybe, when we have our next
Yes.
webinar.
That's it.
Good.
So enjoy your summer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you,
Enjoy
bye.
your summer too.
Very well.
Bye.
Thank you. See you.